All right. All right. As of the recording of this video, it is January 1st of 2026. We are at the beginning of a new year. I went to go see SpongeBob Search for SquarePants. That's my second time seeing that movie. I went to go see it with my brother, and I had a good time. Modern SpongeBob is a bit of a guilty pleasure. I wonder what John Enter thinks of that movie. I'm so curious, but no, it's 2026, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, where did the time go? Where did the time go? Like 5 or 6 years, into this 2020s decade, and it definitely feels like these days are just moving faster. As I go by, I used to feel so slow. I wanted to upload more content on YouTube, documenting, my processing. I wanted to do that 100 song challenge. There was a lot of people, there was a couple people, that were expecting quite a bit, and they were definitely excited for me, but I definitely felt like I let them down. I kind of failed on one way, and for that, I'm sorry. I've been very secluded, for sure, and when life happens, sometimes you kind of just gotta pivot, adjust your priorities, then switch gears. It is what it is. It is what it is. That being said, 2025 was a productive year behind the scenes, regardless. I think back to my best year as a musician. I think 2015. Yeah, that was my best year as a musician. 2015, 2016. Just playing. I definitely miss those times for sure. 2020 to 2021, the COVID era. That was a very fun year as well, despite the fact that we were all in lockdown. I met a lot of people. I networked a lot. I learned a lot about songwriting and music production and things of that nature. And 2023, I kind of just went into, like a decline. Definitely wasn't productive in 2024, but I definitely started to learn, a lot on my own in 2025. I definitely, feel a little bit of change. Like by the end of the year, in November, December, I started meeting a couple people, right, that were interested in working with me as a musician. This one band, this one pop punk band, and this one metal band, they were interested, in working with me. I'm just going to name first names, but I'm grateful for this gentleman named Jimmy. Jimmy G is what I'll call him. I'm very comfortable, voicing, my musical endeavors, with this gentleman. Neiman, drummer. I'm very grateful, for the fact that he's interested in working with me. So that's fun. I'm very grateful for this gentleman named Yavi. We talk a lot about video games, anime, music, songwriting, finances, how to be a finance bro, He's definitely somebody that I would consider a friend. He approached me, if he wanted to work with me on some music for his band, and I could not be any more grateful. So, to the few people out there, that still have a little bit of faith in me, I owe a lot of debt. I owe a lot of thanks. Yeah, Fred Fantasy Bear. I have some ambitions. There's 3 ambitions that I have on my mind. I do want to do the 100 song challenge again. I want to do this, to really hone it in my craft. These songs don't need to be perfect. They just need to exist. Because the theory is that with each song, I learned something, about songwriting, and I learned something more about production, and I learned something more about my likes and dislikes, and more about myself. So I really want to do this 100 song challenge just to hone in my craft, genuinely. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being delusional, but the second ambition that I want to do is just start going to the gym more often, taking care of my health, lose weight. I've been very inactive. When I see that previous video of mine, I'm like, dang, I look decent, I look decent. But I've been very inconsistent with the gym, and the key is just showing up. The key is just showing up. I just need to do that, and I'm set. And I really want to build relationships, call loved ones, build a business relationship, maybe go on dates. Kind of happy right now. Just stay in the loop on like what's going on in my social circle. Go outside and experience nature. Get out of my own head and just be a part of the world. Those are my big 3 things. I'm not going to make any promises that I will succeed. Again, I'm probably blowing smoke, but the key is just showing up. I'm a musician, first and foremost, songwriter, producer, and I really miss sharing that, and that's kind of my hope. Maybe it's my New Year's resolution. I don't know. Only time will tell. I'll go ahead and close, and see where we can go from there.